Hey guys, welcome to Reddit Brew. You know the drill. We're back at it again with the r/entitledpeople Reddit stories. So let's just jump into it, shall we? My mother-in-law threw herself a baby shower when I was pregnant. When my husband and I found out I was pregnant, he wanted to wait until the third trimester to tell his family. I quickly found out why. Some context. My husband is adopted from Korea. His mother couldn't have children, which, of course, nobody would ever judge her for. Yet, she severely judges my own mother for being a teen mom. Had me at 21 and my sister at 17. In my early years, I joined the military and was attending an engineering university. I met my then husband, divorced 4 years later, and had a child at 18. Mill often attempted to insult me by throwing around the term teen mom and the bad things that are supposedly implied with that. Even though, yes, I was technically a teen mom like my mother, but I was financially stable at that time, married, and graduated from high school. His mother is Northern, I'm Southern. I never once thought that would have been an issue, yet it is. Mill has expressed many times her dislike of Southerners. Mill has always showed a lot of jealousy toward me. She would say things like, "I will always love husband more than you ever will." I'd reply, "Well, that's messed up, because wouldn't you want somebody that loves him and cares for him just as much?" She would also say, "It's your fault he's fat. It's your Southern cooking. You cook garbage." Out of the blue, I told her, he's a grown man, and if he wants to be a fatty fatso, that's fine with me, because there's nothing he could do in regards to his looks that would make me less attracted to him. I love him for who he is, and you should too. She'd put on a show and cry whenever I talked back or defended myself. But anyway, you get the idea. My Mill is a judgy, bitter wench. Thankfully, we have been no contact with Mill for several years. My husband was 29 and I was 23 at the time. Since my husband decided it would be best to wait to break the news, I obliged. I figured the reasoning was because he is fairly estranged from his family, as I am mine. Although, I told mine at 3 months, and they just said, "Okay, that's nice," but didn't cause further drama. When my husband told his family, I was 7 months pregnant. I wanted to extend the olive branch, so I made Mill a large wooden keepsake box and decorated it with Mod Podged pink and white floral paper, lace, golden plated charms, decorative pearl beads, and flowers. It was very beautiful in my opinion. I gift wrapped our ultrasound photo, which was tucked in a pile of candies that I thought she would like. When we gave it to her, she was elated, but stated that she could do without the hideous arts and crafts. Well, alrighty then. When I threw my baby shower, she showed up and surprisingly acted right. I thought, maybe my hideous arts and crafts peace offering worked. I was sorely mistaken. A few weeks later, she threw her own baby shower without me. She did not invite me, even though it was for my pregnancy. She invited friends, put up decorations, opened gifts, got drunk, and talked trash about me. I was told this through my other in-laws, who thought the entire event was strange and not right. I was infuriated. Some family members had the audacity to tell me to just let her have this, since she never got to experience pregnancy. I said that her unfortunate infertility is not my responsibility, and that even though she wasn't able to experience pregnancy, she did get to adopt 2 beautiful children, who she did have baby showers / adoption parties for. I saw the family photos. Anyway, I didn't confront her until our dog died. Our household was heartbroken and devastated. I had the dog as a puppy before I met my husband. My husband has a sister who didn't know me quite well at the time, but wanted to give us a surprise Rainbow Bridge plaque. She had asked my Mill for a family photo of us with our dog. Mill only sent a photo of my husband and the dog. Not a photo that included me, my daughter, and my husband. Nope, just my husband. As though my daughter and I don't exist. Syl didn't know that she had multiple pictures with all of us and the dog, and Mill insisted that this is the picture we'd want. So Syl made the plaque and gave it to us. I of course thanked her because it was such a sweet gesture, but I was livid at Mill. I called her and told her to stop acting like I don't exist. First, throwing a baby shower for my pregnancy without me, and now this. I tore into her and told her that I'm married to her son, whether she likes it or not. This is my baby, and if she doesn't cut the crap, she will never see her grandchild. She asked to speak to my husband and put on her crying act, but my husband told her to stop, and that he agreed with me. They'd been estranged for so long, and he wouldn't hesitate to do it again. Mel behaved herself momentarily after that. Along with our beloved dog who passed, we had a duck on our small farm. His name was Mikey, and he was raised as a pet from a hatchling, and was very affectionate for a duck. He loved sitting on our laps and being a part of everything. But Mikey was still a duck, which meant he was territorial to strangers. My Mill found out about the duck and called me southern trash. The reason I didn't bother to clap back is because I know how fast farm animals will humble people. Mill came to visit and got to our house before we did when we were out shopping. I was horrified because one of the previous times she visited, she went through my things in my drawers before I had a chance to lock my room. She also called other family members to talk trash about my housekeeping, even though I was pregnant and miserable. So this time, I wasn't sure if the door was locked. I thought quick on my feet and asked her to stay in her car until we get home because she's not familiar with how to handle ducks, and Mikey is territorial. 20 minutes later, she called my husband in tears and hysterics. She was crying and shouting. Mikey had attacked her and she shat herself and had to run back into her car because the front door was indeed locked. She begged my husband not to tell anyone, but it was too late because she was on speakerphone. I told my husband it was rightful karma. Let the duck do it before the horse does. If she won't listen to me after I told her to wait in her car, she's gonna learn to listen to the animals. I'd rather it be an 8-pound animal than a 1,200-pound one. That was a lie. I wish the horse bucked her in the face. And I'm not driving her to the hospital because she thinks she runs the show. When we got home, I told her that if she gives Mikey the chance to see that she's a friend, he'll leave her alone and just sit next to us and watch TV until he's ready to go back outside. She refused. She later tried to replace Mikey's feed with rocks. He attacked her again. She then refused to let him inside when he was done playing outside, so he glared at her through the storm door until I opened it. I didn't stop him either. This is Mikey's house. Anyway, like I said, we're estranged from Mill again and have been for several years. Several ridiculous things happened to get to that point, but the straw that broke the camel's back was when she told my bilingual daughter and me to stop speaking Cherokee and to speak English only, then said some nasty things about the indigenous I will not repeat. I find it so bizarre that someone who adopted children from Korea is a racist, but I'm glad we all washed our hands of her toxicity. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear feathers, and our duck's named Mikey. I love Mikey. I want a pet duck. Not a Canadian goose, though. Those things are the devil. We call them cobra chickens. Nasty little things. Anyway, the story. I love this OP. She isn't afraid to stand up for herself and seems so morally correct and sweet. I love her husband too. Clearly knows his family is toxic and stood by his wife. A couple that's not in the fog whatsoever always makes for a good, non-infuriating story. I also love that the karma was delivered by a pet duck. But anyway, that is all from me today. I hope you enjoyed this Entitled People / JUSTNOMIL story. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe. I truly appreciate when you do, and I will see you in the next Reddit story. Bye!